In this video, I will be showing you how you can achieve world-class athleticism just like Ronaldo, Sugar Sean and LeBron James. Not only that, but I will show you how 3 of the greatest athletes in modern history became so great and how you can as well. And trust me, what you'll learn in this video will go way beyond their training, because I've spent countless of hours trying to figure out what they did to become so great. The first athlete is Ronaldo. He wakes up at 5 AM and he immediately heads off to a training, whether it be with his team or private training in his gym. And this might be kind of surprising to you because at this time it isn't even 8 AM yet. But he follows a schedule called the R90 method, where he has 5 different sleep times where he's sleeping about 2 hours each. Ronaldo also favors strength training. This is because when you get older, your body starts to break down. Your bones aren't having the same level of bone density and therefore not the same kind of strength. Strength training is the #1 thing that is going to contribute to your longevity, because he wants to be able to play football for longer because he loves the sport. But you also have to realize that his mind is literally everything. If he wouldn't have this great mind that he has, he wouldn't be this great of a soccer player. Let's dive into how Sugar Sean achieved his maxed out level of athleticism.
Oh my goodness, he slept in bed out of nowhere and didn't even bother following up.
This might be quite surprising to you, but he actually smokes quite a lot of weed and plays a lot of video games. He says that this has contributed to his many championship titles.
My sleep, I said it, there's a quote, because I said it in before the fight, that I have the best sleep in the UFC. I've been tracking my sleep for probably three plus years.
Basically does a lot of foam rolling, he does red lights, he stretches for about 1 hour every single day, and most importantly, he spends a lot of time with his kids. When you spend time with loved ones, you lower stress quite much, and therefore you're going to have better recovery when you're hanging around loved ones. Well, why does he actually have so many championship titles? He's training quite regularly, as you already know. He focuses on explosivity instead of use this bodybuilding style of training as many of you would expect. I want to emphasize again that he has the best sleep in the UFC, and this is something that is carrying him quite much. You know, when you have this high level of sleep, you are going to dominate way more because your mind is going to be way clearer. You're going to anticipate different hits and kicks and whatever. Focusing on your sleep is going to be key for your athleticism. He is indeed a fighter mastermind who knows that his mind is everything. Now, let's take a look at LeBron James, the greatest basketball player of all time.
James on the drive!
He's super athletic, and here's why. This man is super strong and he's super athletic, but he doesn't compromise his core, his flexibility and balance over his strength. None of these athletes do that. They understand that in order for them to become so great on the field, in the cage or on the pitch, they need to focus everything except their strength. Everything can be better than being just big and clunky, right? He also sleeps 8 to 10 hours. He focuses on meditation, and he has a thing that is called a hyperbaric chamber. A hyperbaric chamber is basically a super recovery tool, to say it false. He recently said in a podcast that he was born with his athletic abilities. He started impressing his coaches at age 8 to 9.
But the one thing that those coaches always told me, they told me that I had an uncanny ability to process information faster than anyone they've ever seen. I could flip a play when I was 8 years old.
He can process information really fast, and therefore he becomes more athletic. He has developed this sense of what is the right place and what is not by putting so much time into the sport. Just sheer volume of work by arriving first at the training and leaving last has gained him a massive advantage over other players. I mean, while other players are putting in 99%, he's putting in 100% at all time. Now I want to give you this final thing that I promised you in the beginning of the video. Well, it's actually 3 steps. You have to focus on desire, obsession and talent. If you're lacking in desire, look at the people who you want to be just like. If you're lacking in obsession, focus on deep work. Have structured time for that activity daily. Even though I have a training on Monday, Wednesday and Saturday, you can still try to figure out like times when you don't have training to actually learn about the sport, right? And if you are lacking in talent, just look at Ronaldo and Sugar and all these different other athletes who didn't start with a massive talent. You have to realize that most of these professional athletes' skills was built over time. But there's actually one more thing that these athletes do that we haven't yet covered: how they sleep like champions. You already know a bit about Ronaldo's routine, but what LeBron does is even more shocking. So click on screen right now to uncover how LeBron started as a champion in his own bed.